ಏನ್ರಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ?
ಅಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದೆ.
ಹೋಗಪ್ಪ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. S is equal to 0.296 and L by D is equal to infinity. So here we are having S is equal to 0.2. See here we are having 0.2. So somewhere it is, now we are having 0.4. We got 0.29, which is approximately equal to 0.3. So at this center I am going to take 0.3, and L by D ratio we got, that is infinity. So we don't have L by D 1.5 and it is greater than 1. So we are going to take infinity. So if you take, this is the infinity curve. Now we are going to come towards the left side. Now we are going to come towards the left side. Then we will get the coefficient of friction variable, that is nothing but mu divided by xi. And sure, so we will get mu divided by xi is equal to 5, or we get coefficient of friction variable is equal to 5. So that is mu by d is equal to 5. So cross multiply xi, then we will get mu. So mu is equal to 6.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3. And sure, so once you get mu, substitute here, then we will get the value of hg, that is heat generated. Substitute mu, P, LD, and velocity. Velocity can be calculated by using the formula pi d n divided by 60. Then we will get the hg in the form of watts. Next is heat dissipated. So the formula to calculate heat dissipated hd is equal to Ca Tb minus Ta. So Ca is equal to, it is constant. Always we are going to take 11.36 watt per meter square Kelvin, and area is equal to 25 dl. We know the value of d and we know the value of L. Everything you substitute in meters, then we will get area. And Tb minus Ta, in the question they have given Tb, Ta they have given, substitute. So substitute then finally hd is equal to, substitute the value of C, substitute the value of A, Tb minus Ta, then we will get hd is equal to 85.2 watts. Now see, the amount of heat generated is more compared to the heat dissipated, hence the artificial cooling is required. Thence we are going to find out amount of heat to be removed, hg minus hd. So 527.41 watts of amount of heat we are going to remove from the bearing with the help of the artificial cooling. Hence artificial cooling is required, because hg is greater than hd. Sure. So in this way we are going to find out hd and hd, and whether then we are going to check whether the artificial cooling is required or not. Next step is, we are going to find out minimum film thickness H minimum and its location. So here also by using the figures we are going to calculate. So the formula to calculate H minimum is equal to, this is the formula, delta is equal to 2H minimum by C. This is the formula we are going to use to calculate H minimum. That is nothing but minimum. But here C we know, but unknown is delta. And sure, C is equal to xi into D. Xi in the question we know, D we know, we can calculate C. We got 1.3 into 10 to the power of minus 4, but unknown is delta. This delta we can able to calculate by using the figure 24.13. That is nothing but, delta is nothing but minimum film thickness variable. Now if you see the figure number 24.13, 1 minute. See, we are going to refer the figure number 24.13a. Figure number 24.13a. See, this is the figure number 24.13a. So here we are having in the x-axis S, and the number of curves is L by D. And in the y-axis we are going to find out delta. Now we have calculated S, we got 0.299 approximately equal to 0.3, and L by D we are having 1.5, but here we don't have curve 1.5, that's why we are going to take infinity curve. Now if you see, so somewhere here at the center we'll get 0.3. If you move upward direction until it touches the curve L by D infinity, then we are going to come towards left side, then we will get the delta. And should, then we will get delta. So here we will get the delta. So once you get delta, so we will get delta is equal to Delta is equal to 0.92. Now substitute delta and calculate H minimum. And should calculate H minimum. So, and then we are going to calculate. Then we are going to calculate its location by using the figure number 24.11a. So same procedure, x-axis you are having S, number of curves L by D, in the y-axis you are having pi. So we are going to note on pi, then we will get pi is equal to 69 degrees. So in this way we are going to calculate H minimum, minimum film thickness and its location. Next is oil flow rate and end leakage. So here also we are going first. This is the formula to calculate oil flow rate. Oil flow rate Q is equal to lambda Q C square N dash L divided by 4 into Xi. Here C we know, N dash we know, L we know, Xi we know, but unknown is lambda Q. So this can be calculated by using the figure 24.37. So if you refer this figure 24.37, already in the last session I told how to calculate. So x-axis we are having S, and number of curves you are having infinity curve, and y-axis you are having lambda. By using x-axis and by using curves infinity curve, we are going to calculate lambda Q. Once you get lambda Q, here we will get lambda Q is equal to 3.05. Substitute here, then you can calculate oil flow rate. Once you get oil flow rate, then we are going to refer another figure, that is nothing but oil flow rate Qs by Q is equal to 0. That is nothing but, now we have calculated here Q, but we have to calculate Qs, that is nothing but amount of end leakage, by using the figure 24.39. If you refer another figure 24.39, again here also x-axis is S and the curve is 1.5 curve. By using these two curves, we will get in the y-axis oil flow rate Qs by Q is equal to generally, if you cross multiply, we will get Q, that is anything multiplied by 0, we will get Qs is equal to 0. That indicates there is no leakage in the bearings. So, and the last step is power loss due to friction. So this is the formula, and mu is equal to mu WV. So substitute mu, substitute V and W. So finally we can able to calculate power loss. Power loss due to friction is 612.61 watts. And sure. So in this way, we are going to calculate the complete design of bearing for the particular application.